Welcome back to the channel, Super Snails. We're going to be doing only clubs species war section, okay? The club section and the species wars go hand in hand. You cannot do one without the other. So let's see if I can reel it in. Let's see if I can keep my head focused. So here is your main page. If you want to see what your club section is, it's right here. It's a little portal. There's even a cutscene where you meet a whole bunch of snails and they're like, yeah, we're gonna go against Earth's will or something like that. So there might be something there in the future for us. I hope. Here you're gonna get your daily coins. Right now I'm on 205 because I always buy the second one. Cost me, I think it's like 50 white tadpoles, so it's usually very worth it. So I actually put that in the batch system. If you don't know what the batch system is, the batch system, when you do get it, when you go into the global monitor and you have all your boxes checked out, it will automatically, in this little box right here, it'll automatically get you, like, you can do all your dailies, you can do your explorations, you're buying your stuff, you can go into the museum, you can promote and stuff like that. You can do all that there, and that's where you can go ahead and buy those coins. So that's one thing you can do in the batch system. Here are your members, their strength, etc. Here is the little like a vending machine for that section. I usually buy this outright, and if I have enough for 10,000 before the week is done, I'll get this. But I will not buy this brain until I get the 2,000 and the little capsule at the end of the next upcoming event, or species war. So by this Thursday, if I don't have enough to buy the next 2,000 or the capsule that's going to be given to me on Friday, there's no point in me buying this because those are more important. And then when I have enough for that during that week, I buy that. That's my personal preference. Currently it's at level 22. Once it hits level 30, there's no need for me to buy it. So then I'm going to just max out on my manuals. Your manuals are for your friends, your partners. Your partners are like Lee Gina, Kimchi, Liku, the partners, the people that pay rent at the bottom in your basement. Those people, you can buy the books, and then that's how you upgrade those guys. All right, so at some point you're going to be trying to open up this portal, and when you go into it, there's going to be like this massive stuff, and you got to have all these requirements. Once you advance, once you pass lab, I think it's like level 5 or something like that, you're going to go into your species war. And your species war, the purpose of the species war is to get your Biozilla, your genetic material, to get to the highest tier possible. Currently, we're sitting at tier 7 on this Tuesday, so this team is very strong. Usually we get to like T5 on day 1, and I'll explain. So T6, all of these open up, and that's as far as it goes. But when you go to T7, these numbers just, skyrocket up a little bit more. The Biozilla shop, this is the one that I'm talking about. This right here, this capsule, the essence. Now this essence capsule, this one happens to be the goldfish one. There's going to be like a hamster one. Currently now with the new mantis ones, so every single species war will give you one per cycle. So, every 5 weeks they rotate out, and you'll be able to get, one of these capsules, which gives you plus attack and plus 1 talent point. When you max them out to 10, you can then take this capsule, and you can go into your snail here. You click the center one, and you click the machine here when you eventually open this, and this is where you can go ahead and take that essence when it's maxed out to 10 out of 10. And that's why mine is 11 out of 10, because it's just telling me the progress of where I'm at, and I can just put it in there. And then after I do that, I can unlock them. So like this is like the hamster one, Douglas's tooth. Here I have that's not it. So here I have a Rurik's shell, right? And here is the Isanami's fishtail. So I just recently got one. This was my 11 out of 10. So I got this to level 1. The reason I have it, I've been playing this for a year, and I don't have this at a higher level like 2 or 3, is because it kept getting skipped. it kept going down. It has like one of the worst, for some reason. The Isanami one has one of the worst rates, and for some reason it was always having problems, and it was always down, and so that's what we had to deal with. So hopefully moving forward we won't have too many issues, and we'll be able to collect more and more of these essences for that. So those are the 2 shops. Actually, if you come here you can click between both shops, and they'll give you some more stuff. Like I only buy this, and then I like I said, I only focus on this guy right here once, because it's the same currency. This currency right here is the same currency as the Bilezilla currency right here, right? So you don't want to, you want to get the highest, most expensive stuff first, in my opinion. And these two right here to me are the most expensive. Like this is not. It says 9,000 and this says 4,000, and you would think, hey, I want to get these. You get these like crazy. So don't worry about these. This is kind of like an illusion. The price is not right. Here you will be able to do your veteran training. This is where you go ahead and talk to this guy. You purchase your weekly, items here, and then you can go ahead and just unlock and put points into this. I usually go left and right and then center. A lot of people like to go left and center because it gives you damage. I don't really give a shit. I want to put points into my guys as soon as possible, so I go left and right and then center. That's a preference thing, right? Here on Fridays, you can leave your guild, your club, and you will not be penalized because there's a cooldown period anyway. So for that time period, the game developers actually made it so that we don't have to be punished for not getting rewards for the rest of the week. So like Saturday it begins, and if you like leave your club on Saturday, you're effed for the whole week. So just do it on a Friday till the end of the the whole thing. Open on Friday. It even says open on Friday. Here, this guy right here. So whenever they kill, you get like all these bonuses and stuff like that. So you just want to go ahead and claim. If you don't get to like deeper and deeper and deeper floors, that who cares, whatever. But get your stuff. These right here are clearly really difficult things to get because nobody on our team has done it yet. Level 18, special area 18. I mean, I think we're at, I believe, possibly 17. Yeah, 17. So, and I think that's where we're going to be stuck. So I'm just going to teleport real quick just to look down here. Yeah, I think this is where we're usually stuck for anyway. So I think this is going to be like like when the whole team's got like T8s, minions and or higher. I think that's what's going to happen there, or a very large percentage of the team to have a stronger bunch of minions. So this is where a lot of your minion stuff actually matters. So I covered this section right here. I covered the team. So if you're a manager, you should be looking at your guys. You should be like, oh, this where am I? Right here. Oh, this OJT or DG is not playing. So let me just okay. Well, it'll go red too. The person's name. It'll say like 7 days without logging in. Like right here, it would be like 2 hours. I would say 7 days, and it's like, okay, that player clearly is not coming back anytime soon unless they told you. So you can kick them. Here is you can leave a message here. These guys, say join the Discord, and they'll give you a nice little message like lack of participation, you got kicked. Here you can put your contact information. Here you can put like little messages to the whole team, and here you can actually pay attention to what your team is actually doing. And that is that. Manage is how you can quit. If you're a manager, you'll actually be able to promote and stuff like that. I'm not the manager of this one, and I'm not a manager, nor am I the president. So I have no status in this club because this club is very, very powerful. They don't need me to do anything. I just sit back and chill. In the early stages, let's say if you're having a hard time with this boss, what you want to do is you want to take your whole team, and you want to obviously kill this boss. If you can't, for whatever reason, this boss is just too hard, which I doubt. You may have a hard time with, like, this is the number 2 boss, and this is the number 3 boss. So let's just say you're stuck for at least a week or two on this boss. So what you want to do is, you see how it says this is a cube right here. This is considered lane 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you want to dig down lane 2, lane 5, and lane 8. This way it opens everything up. But you see how everything is opened up right here. Like, this is the events, the creatures and the hidden stuff is visible to us, is because whenever you destroy the boss, so you can go straight down. Whenever you destroy the boss, everything reveals itself, so you don't have to go looking for it. So if you need to go like dig here, you can just this may already be available for like an incident like this. Like, you don't have to do anything special. It just reveals itself to you. But that's where you use your drills, your drill bits right here for that. So in this case, I want to be able to use my drill bits as soon as possible because we want to go to the bottom as soon as possible. So I'm just going to TP to the bottom, and you see how like right here I have 112. I want to use these. We're going in a straight line. We're going to go, you know, around this guy and then go straight down. We could have actually technically gone down this way. I don't really understand why we're doing that, but there's a possibility that the reason we're doing it is because I think we usually get stuck on this floor anyway. This right here can be automatically picked up from here. So once I do this, it's going to be gone. Oh shoot, my actual. This is great. This is great, but not great. My mining station is actually was empty or done, and that's not good. So here, what I want to do is I want to look for a place to dig where I don't really bump into anybody. So you would think, oh, let me be selfish. I have T7 minions. Let me go in here and crowd this up. But the thing is, this person is, if I leave this person alone, they'll completely in like this is a day's worth. This is 8 and 8. So that's 24. That's 24 hours worth of digging. So if this guy, if you leave him alone, he'll have a whole day of digging all by himself. So I want to leave him alone. I don't really care. So I'll go to, I don't have T8 minions, so that's not going to happen. So I'm not going to go here. I'm not going to go here. I'm looking for something perfect. This is great. So this is a T5 digging zone. I can do it all by myself. There's nobody here. I'm not going to bump anybody. I'm not going to bump into anybody's head or anything like that. So we're not going to, like, if you put 3 people in here, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, what is this, 6? In 16 hours, it's going to be completely empty. It's going to be gutted. So, and then imagine if there were, like, here, let me go into here real quick. Because this teleports you to the entrances. This teleports you to the fights. This teleports you to the digging sites, and this teleports you to the events. So here we're discussing the digging sites, the drilling sites. So, like, look, there's 0, 0, 1, 1 here, right? My dogs are going crazy. Somebody's coming in. So if there's 3 people digging in here, and you guys already saw that it's just me in here, those 2 other people could be digging here. Why would you crowd my one spot? Go crowd your own spot. And there's other spots right here. Just go there. You know what I'm saying? You can find yourself. And if it's already crowded everywhere else, or it's getting to the end of the week where everybody's just like frantically, I need to dig, so it accrues points for your group, you might as well go to another one that's vacant, all by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes more sense to do it that way. So here is right here, like, what is left. It doesn't look like this initially because I've already done all the checklist. I've used the tokens. I've used the drill bits. I've fought whoever I have to fight. Here, the exclamation point is letting us know, hey, this is what you need to go get. So it'll flash and be like, okay, if you open this up, it'll possibly give you some points for this. That's why I usually don't mess with it, because sometimes that's erroneous, but sometimes not. So if I come here and it was this one, right? That one right there. So let's see, click on that one. Yeah. So if I click on that, there's a possibility that it gives me points. Okay, so that little 63, I think there's like a purple one or something like that. That's the one I'm looking for. The gold one is not the one that I was looking for. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. So, and I couldn't give you guys that, like, hey, that's what they look like. But this will tell you, hey, dig there, and that's what you're looking for. A cube worth 25. This guy right here will tell me, hey, go over here and dig here. But the thing is, I can't dig in T8 sites because we're limited to however many players can have T8 minions. This one right here is the fighting for these guys right here. So if I fight these guys, I'll get my shell absolutely wasted. They'll just completely lose. And a lot of them, actually, I attacked a T8 site at 25, and I took a lot of casualties. So a lot of them are recovering right now. So there will be no going into that for the rest of the week. If anything, I can attack with, if I go to here to the preset of solo and I replace it and I take him out, there's a relic, a green relic that'll give you a 0% chance. For some reason, it's not working right now. So this should say 0. I don't know why it's not saying 0 right now. If I had a token, maybe it would say 0, but it's supposed to say 0. You get a relic. that if you put in 1 minion, you'll take 0 casualties. I don't know why it's doing that. Of course, because I'm doing a video. I'm just going to go ahead and collect my things. You can do this in the batch system. Also, when you do this, this is letting you know that you're digging, that you're currently in a mine, constantly digging. When it's just a little hammer and it's just by itself, you click on it and it'll tell you where you are. It'll automatically take you to that spot. And if you're like, hey, I need to dig somewhere else, you can go right here to the next one and dig. Now, obviously, I don't want to dig where this guy is, right? We've already gone over that. We don't want to go there, right? The drill bits is how many you got left. The gold ones are for the big bosses, right? These silver ones are for the little guys right here. Where the hell are they? Like these guys right here. And then your what you start off with is important too. So if you're very, very weak, but by weak I mean like your minions are T1, T2, or T3, or T4, and everybody on your team is like T5, T6, T7. You're going to want to get the laborer one or the prospector one, and you're going to give the vanguard one to your stronger people, because there is a limit. I think it's like 25 out of 25 or 35, something like that. 35 slots. So if you have a lot of people that are really strong in your team, what you want to do is you don't want to take away from their power, from their reduction, when they're the ones that are going to be driving the depths, right? They're going to be clearing a lot of the people that are in the way. So you want them to be the vanguards. You can be a laborer because you can at least dig, and when you dig, you unlock certain things for the whole team right here, right? If you come here and you click on this guy right here, and if you're doing a lot of digging and stuff like that, you can provide cards for your team, because the cards that you collect also, they just go to the team as a whole, and it helps everybody to collect cards. And then the card section is always here. It's always like in the very, very like right here. It always starts off like right here. It's always open. It's always available to you guys, and you guys shouldn't have any problems, getting into it. So what there's always there's like 5 drill bits in there every start of the cycle. So you buy it. I think it looks like this guy right here. So yeah, you get 5 drill bits. You get some chests and some clone speed ups, which is nice. That's on a weekly basis. So every time you log in, you get that. And you're always going to have the currency to buy it off the gate. Here, what you want to do is you want to buy the books first. If you can't afford the books, then hold on to your things until the end of the week, because there could be a possibility that by the end of the week, you may have enough to buy the book. Once you buy the book, the currency, right? Once you get enough currency, this is its own unique currency. It's this right here, and this guy right here, and it's only a limited amount that you can get throughout that week period. Sometimes you only get enough to buy 1 book. So buy the 1 book, forget about the other stuff, and then buy the other book the next time you come by, and then get the other stuff like the coin, right? Because it's a little more expensive. The refinement speed ups, the pickaxes, the what do you call it? The tickets. And then with these guys right here, you can buy these basically for nothing, because you get this currency. Like I have 2,400, I don't need them, right? So at this point, I just go ahead and I put them at the very end, right? Unfortunately, though, you can't take this currency and you can't like step it up to bring it over here. That's not something you can only upgrade these guys right here, this right here. So that's just the way that is. But there's going to be books there. There's also going to be books here. The deeper you go, the more cards of this type you get. I believe like this is like the T7 books. These books that I don't have right here, these are like the T8 books. Unfortunately, because there's only like a few people on my team that can dig in the T8 areas, this is the only thing that, by the end of the week, we may get 1 or 2 more. Like if we get more team members that are digging that, they'll be able to get that. Those are the little mines that we could possibly get those relics. Sorry, the shards, the cards for that. And then if we ever got an opportunity to, we would buy these first. That's just what you would do. You always get these first if you can. Now, if for any reason, like you see how like this is like 1 less, if it's the end of the week and you can only get the coin, get the coin. If it's the end of the week and this is all that's available and you can't get that, get that. That makes sense? Like get what you can while it's available. So here, these cards are for your rocket. Eventually, you're going to get a rocket and it's going to upgrade. the rocket cabin, and then when you do the rocket cabin, you're going to need at least 10 of these on each and every single one of them. I have more than enough to get my rockets to purple, but the problem is I don't have cores. Cores, unfortunately, at the end of whenever you do this, whenever you make this available, it gives you a core. Whenever there's going to be like a checklist that you're going to have to do. Once you get that checklist, I can't show it to you now because I've already done it. Unfortunately, I'm not doing this in the beginning of the week. I'm doing it like almost midweek. But once you open this up right here, once you get all those tallies, they're going to give you a little treasure box, and the little treasure box is going to give you a core. If we come here to the rocket section, we'll be right here. These guys right here. So we are currently in. I think we're in the clams. So in order to upgrade these, we need these cores. So the cores either come from the clam chest or the clam chest. These right here. So you have to, if you really want to go nuts, which I don't. I don't go nuts because of the things that I said I want to buy up front, right? So I want to be able to. So I could buy a bunch of these, right? But it's not guaranteed that you're gonna get them. It costs 3,200 to get 100. So you open up a chest and there's a possibility that all you're gonna do is just get more parts, and it's like it doesn't feel good to do that. So there's a possibility that you get it. You might get lucky, but I would rather get this first because I know that's a guarantee orange bionic part. That's what I would do first. That's my opinion. And then eventually later on, after I level up all of my partners and stuff, because they help you level up your researches and stuff. Then after that, then I can go ahead and mess around with trying to get those cores, because the cores are great. They're good. They provide you with stats that make you stronger and stuff. So if I came over here, if I wanted to upgrade it to this level, right, my minion HP would go +1. So all that currency would go to that for a +1, and maybe 3 points here, and maybe the all rocket cabin production up to 5%, which right now it should be like whatever 4%. So it's like it goes up a 1% boost, and it doesn't value the value's not there for me. So that's how I feel about it. So that's why I would always focus on these afterwards. So 1, 2, and then 3. Right now I have 2K, but that 2K is building up for this and for the end of the week, the essence pill, which we've already covered that. This guy right here will give you some military supplies, so make sure you collect your supplies. You can pay. I'm not doing that. You guys can. Good luck. Have fun. I'm not going to tell you not to. Here are where your supplies are at and stuff like that. Like check your Legion supplies. It tells you like whatever you have overall if you want to look at it from a like an out perspective. Here is your Chronicle. So your Chronicle section. Before I go to Chronicles, here is also your where your rank is as far as like team wise. So right now we're being beaten by Super Naughty, which is fine. I'm not in charge. I do what I can, and I know what I need to do, so I do it. And if we lose, it's not on me because I do everything I need to do. I spend all of my tokens. I spend all of my drill bits. Right now I'm holding my drill bits to go even further down. I wait till the next day because they carry over. They don't just disappear. And then once the next day comes, I use them, and that's it. That's my part. That's the part I play. Now, in the Chronicle section, when this comes up, what's going to happen is there are going to be little stories. You're going to fight, or you're going to do certain things. And this one's unique because this one's got a tower. So here you're going to go. You're gonna fight like these guys, for example. Like if I went ahead and I put in my best guys, and I see this right here at if it's, I know I can get it to 25%. The reason is I've already fought today, so all my units, most of my better units are like beat up. So it'll look like this, but in 25. And I know I can beat, even though the outside right here will be in red. So you should always click on it and be like, oh, it's red, but it's 50. Okay, I'm not gonna touch 50. 50 will most likely beat my ass. And then if it's blue, it's good. It's almost guaranteed that you'll be successful. So what ends up happening is the higher level of stuff you get these like the forbidden shadows, and those forbidden shadows are so that your managers can apply spells. Uh, the spells are limited to also a certain power that you get on a daily basis. I'll go through that. You get cash, and then these guys are your growth spell that once you kill or beat one of these bosses, you can then use to cast instantly for I think it's like 20 meters or something like that, which is makes your tower grow a bit. And then here you can also make all of your best minions fight or not fight, dig or not dig, build. Not the right words because this one, like I said, this one's unique. So this one's not a digger, even though they look like they're digging. They're building, so they're climbing. So when you come into this magic battlefield section right here, this is where you're gonna see he's basically the manager or the he's helping it grow. He's like a magician. All he's doing is helping it grow. This means that we have a shield. If I was in charge, I would have another one that would allow me to. Oh no, actually, I would just have the spells, and I can actually cast them. Here, if you're a manager or a president, this means you can use one spell basically, because all of these spells cost like this one costs 10k to cost 10k of this stuff, the forbidden shadow, and then to use it, I think it's like 80. It costs 80. So we have 110, so you can only basically cast one time. That's how that works. The way I do it is I spend the 6k because it's cheaper, so you can protect your height. Because if you have a good team that's constantly on top of their shit, you can grow and you can just defend. You can just play defense, and then this costs you 80 energy. Or you can go on the offense and attack 2 towers plus I think it's a random. So make the highest tower in the magic tower's vision and 2 random. So this spell is actually for 8,000 is actually it's attacking 3 different bases. So which is kind of cool because if you click on this guy right here, you're gonna see how many people have shields. So if you use one spell and let's say it lands on Nitro, One Piece, and Supercomers, it'll take off 3 of their shields instantly. It may not reduce their spell because they have defenses, but it'll automatically take down 3 of their shields. So that could be helpful. Now, the thing is that if you're just by yourself, your club is by yourself fighting however many clubs, you're not going to beat 16 clubs by yourself. You might have to partner up with some other clubs somehow, or have 3 different clubs that are team up with you or something like that, and that are very strong. And that's how sometimes players do their thing. I don't think these guys do this. I don't even read the chat anymore, because if they have something to tell me, they'll tell me directly. But yeah, that's that. When you beat the certain bosses at the level, those bosses that take the golden tokens, this will increase your strength, and then it'll give you casualty -22 each round, 10% more damage. So these are your buffs that you would get from the Ryurik here, Ryurik. And then this run right here, this one costs you 300 white tadpoles. I always buy this. I've always bought this since the beginning of the game. I want to win. This is my favorite species war one. I feel like this is the one that has the most outplay potential, because you can buy shields and let everybody else attack you all day, and you're just like, hey, I'm just repelling. Or you can go on the offensive, or you can get credited points for being offensive. Total height constructed. So Furious Snails currently we're beating. We're number 1 in the amount that we've increased, right? But here we're not. Furious Snails is, where are we? We're 9th in here. And then here is how much we've collected. So here we're winning in that section. And here we're losing in according to the height of other magic towers destroyed. So clearly these guys comers are just a very aggressive team, and they're just out there looking for blood. And that's fine. They're winning here. They're losing here, they're losing here, and we're losing here, right? So there's multiple places where you can win, which is pretty cool, because then at the end of it all, you get extra points for your team to spread out evenly throughout the team, which is nice. So that's you could try to even take all 4 of them. Good luck though, good luck, because that's got to be pretty challenging. Okay, So this goes up every hour. You get 10 points. So that means within every day since the start of this event, I think Saturday you're not allowed. I think it starts at 0. So your first 240 points actually don't even come in till the next day, 5 in the morning, and then it starts to accrue. So on Sunday, that's when you get like your first 240 points, and then the next day, another 240. So you want to use your spells, either buy a shield or save up some stuff, but you have to use them. You have to, or you lose it, because once it hits 300, you don't get those hours back. It stops counting. It doesn't go to 600 out of 300. It doesn't do that. So if you don't use, if you have to be vigilant, and if you're not, you have to make sure your managers are. At some point, in my previous club that I was running, I would have my managers be like, hey, if I'm not around and this ever gets too close to 300, do something about it. Spend whatever, and then make it happen, because it does. You don't want to not collect it. This little button right here, if you hit it, it skips the plot. After you've seen the story once, you don't have to see it again. You just click on here. Now, what I did find out is there'll be ones with multiple pages, up to 3. If you don't get to the 3rd page, you will not get this. I found out that the hard way. I kept going on Reddit, and I was like, Reddit, why is it that I can't skip these things? Why don't I get this? And some people are like, well, I have it, and you're stupid. And it's like, okay, fine. It's like, whatever. So what I eventually figured out is I joined a team that had already knocked out this 3rd one, and my previous team had knocked out the 3rd one, and that's why. That was why. And it's I think it was like the dung beetle one that was kicking our butts or something like that, or some shit like that. Something that we could not get to that 3rd page, and that's what happens. So eventually you'll get to unlock that. Okay, so that takes care of this. This is just your overall power level, and how many whatever thingies you're gonna get for whatever. If you wanted to take a look at your team and see how much are they digging? Like right now, if you're a manager, you might be like, hey, you might want to go on Discord if the whole team is on Discord, and be like, hey, you might want to DM Richard here and be like, hey man, you're AFK, but then you look around and everybody else is. It's not like to be malicious. It's just to like remind that player, hey, you're not doing something right now. It's also telling you the Vanguard list is a prospector, and it lets you know like who's doing what. So that's pretty good. It's letting you know, hey, this person either has used them or hasn't used them. I believe it's that they have used them. So here it'll show you that I've used all of my tokens. So I'm 5 out of 5, because you guys already seen that I'm at 0-0. It's showing you that I've used 318 of my. This is basically what you're used, what you've used, right? So it lets you know, hey, what are my people doing? Are they inactive? Are they not doing what they're supposed to? Like you could tell right here, I've used 310, but like the leader of our team, or one of our leaders, right, is hasn't used their drill bits. Why haven't they used their drill bits? Because they're waiting to either beat the boss or to use them later. You don't have to use them all on the first day, on the 2nd day. You don't have to go. You don't have to come over to this section and be like, oh, I gotta use them all. You don't. Please don't do that. You don't have to, because there's a possibility that you could beat the boss that's next, and after that you're gonna need those drills to keep going further down. Trust. Like I said before, let's just say you get stuck here. You want to drill on lane 2, lane 5, and lane 8. And again, the reason you do that is because let's just say there's an event right here and you can't see it because you haven't beaten the boss. You'll be able to uncover it by doing that. And if you have to go around, but still keep go around like this and then come back down here. We're not doing that here because we don't need to. The reason you get the level 1 stuff is because there are some level 1 cards that you want. So early on, make sure you get these right here. Boom, boom. Because if you ever go into a stronger club, you're going to leave your club. You're going to want to leave your club. Especially if you have a leader who doesn't boot people that are AFK. Especially if you just have a whole bunch of AFK people. Maybe you don't have any managers. Maybe you're losing to a lot of stupid stuff. You're going to want to leave that club, but you want to be able to collect your books. The books are more important than anything else in this card section. It just is. And then at the end of the week, if you could collect 10 of each of these, that's fine. And then if you can put a lot of them over and put them over, just buy whatever you can. And then if you can only afford one of these, just buy whichever one. It doesn't matter. I have 46 of these. I don't even need them. I have 58 of these. I don't even need them. But you can always go into the rocket section, and you can take those cards and you can step them up. So I think it takes like 5 to go to the next tier. So if I click here just on any generic and I want to upgrade, if I want to click here, it takes, so if I did this, it's 5. So it is 5. So I can actually upgrade this one right now, and I can convert it, and now I have 10. And that's how you do that. Actually, I can go all the way down here, and I can convert 9, and I can take them all the way up there. But honestly, I don't need to because I don't have any cores. Not necessary. When you get a core, if you for some reason have a high level core, let's just say you go into your rocket, right, and it's all of these are not checked off, but you have a golden core for some reason, you can actually dismantle this core and it'll give you 5 purples, and you can take these 5 purples and dismantle them into 25 of these blue ones, and then you can actually like level up this one, or you can level up by dismantling this one. You can actually, because they only need 3, so you can actually just go in there and upgrade this purple one, and you can at least start accruing the 4%. And when you get the butters, you can actually buy this. The reason I'm not buying this is because I want the more expensive one, or because I think they take the same currency. So here, this one requires, let me see, this requires the actual 1 thick butter. This one requires the 1 thick butter. Okay, so it looks like right now I am not lying. This one requires pink butters, but the reason I'm trying to stay right here, I'm trying to get this, and I'm trying to get this. Once I get those, I can get whatever, right? You want the relics. First things first, get the relics. That's me. I would recommend that for you. Get the relics. This is the relic. I don't have these little attribute points. I don't care. I'm trying to save it for another troop casualty -3% and troop casualty -3%. Now you have 6% reduction just by getting 2 little relics, by just being patient and waiting and not being like, I gotta get whatever is shiny. No, you ain't gotta do that. Let's see. No, not worth it. Not gonna do that, because there's a possibility that there's something here like this. This is huge. I want to get this. So if they use the same currency, then I'm gonna get the golden relic over the dumb orb that drops more commonly than anything else. So that is this in a nutshell. Here's your chat. This is where you go ahead and you talk to your people. You can it's always going to automatically default to the club chat when you're in here, so that's cool. Again, your teleporter right here it'll teleport to the actual levels where you're at. So if I wanted to go to 17, I just could. Boom, I'm already in there. And then I scroll all the way down, and these guys are going to try to find whatever. There'll be some incidents here, for example, like here. This is going to ask us for some reagents. Fine, I'll go ahead and do that. This one's going to ask me for this guy. If I have it, that means I have to wear it. And then hopefully I can use the batch system to do it for me, because I really don't want to put it on. I don't want to take off my what do you call it? So let me see if the batch system will do it for me, because I have it set up so that I could do things for the what do you call it? So for the club. So hopefully I don't have to do that, because I have to take it off and then I have to put it back on, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. Yeah, it did it for me. So there you go. I no longer have to do it. So it picked that one instead of this one. So it's done. It checked off the box for me. It's done. I don't have to do it anymore, which is good, because I don't want to do it. And yeah, that's it. So I think that's all of it. That's the club section. The club section is actually, holy crap, it's got quite a lot of stuff in here that you can do. And if you want to be better and you want to help your team out better, the first thing I would do is say, go in here and type how can I help, or what would you guys, managers, boss, presidents, whatever, club leaders, whatever, what would you want me to do? They may ask you to pick the laborer or the prospector kit, or they may be like, wow, you're really strong, you should get a vanguard kit. That's, where do you want me to dig? Where do you want me to spread out? And maybe they don't know themselves, and maybe you might want to refer them to this video so they can learn. I don't know. Otherwise, that is the only section for the club section. Currently, that's all I know. There's obviously rotating different ones, so there's going to be like different little events. They're going to be doing like, you know, dice rolling. They're going to be doing some actual fighting. The Mantis hasn't even come out currently as of this video, so there's a lot of things. The koi fish one, this one that just passed, there's a lot of PvP. That when you just set up your troops, you put your best troops on the attack, on the offensive, and then you put your worst troops on your defensive. Not your worst troop, but your secondary, your bench, on your on the defensive. Let's see, when you do the Douglas section, you're going to try to bid for specific areas in the team. The team is going to have to try to like outbid other teams, and there's going to be like a plus or minus, or a greater than or lesser than sign, and that lets you know, hey, there's a lot of people bidding on this one, and you're like, okay, maybe I should bid on this other one, or maybe we should outbid them for this one, etc., so we can flip these ones or whatever, these tiles. Something that you may not understand now, but when it comes around, you'll be like, oh, okay. And then there'll be a little shop, and you can say, you know, you can be like, hey, you can bid on this on this specific thing, and if you get like 5, you can buy certain things with white tadpoles and so on and so forth. But unfortunately, I don't have the video. I can't show you that right now because we are currently on the Ryurik one right now, so it's gonna cycle out. When it does, it'll be that. So yeah, that is all I got for this. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something, and if you didn't, I'm sorry. If you did and you still have questions, go ahead, join the Discord, join our Discord, join my Discord, whatever, and we'll try to help you out. Okay, so I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.